These three old-timers, the mogul, the wood burner, and the saddle tank, lead the varnished boxes and snoozers, as railroaders called the first coaches and sleepers. Three of the cars, a diner, a coach, and a sleeper, have been restored to look just as they did when your grandparents traveled in them. The other three are filled with precious railway relics, skillfully mounted and illuminated. At every stop, the museum train draws the crowds. To the youngsters, it's like a picture from the history books come to life. To the older folk, it brings back memories of their own youth and of the stories their fathers used to tell. Here's a railroad veteran who can remember wood burners with diamond stacks. Portland, Maine, a link with one of Canada's earliest railways and the first international line in North America, has a look at the museum train. A parade greets the train on its arrival at Richmond in the eastern townships of Quebec. Floats tell the story of transportation in the pioneer settlements. As the pioneer settlements grew, so did the demands on existing transportation. Then came the iron horse. Now, all aboard for the museum train. The attendants are retired railroaders dressed in all the dignity of train crews a century ago. Each visitor receives a souvenir leaflet. Nearly everywhere the museum train goes, girls in costume bring back the charm of the past. Yes, that's how your great-grandmother used to dress. For the ladies, train travel held a special hazard in the earliest days of railroading. Air conditioning was simply a matter of wide-open windows, and sparks from the smokestack frequently burnt holes in the ladies' silk pelisses. Now we'd like to take you among the crowds waiting to see the museum train begin a typical journey. Properly garbed as an engineer is the Honorable Leslie Frost, Premier of the province of Ontario, who will take the throttle for part of the way. This trip of the museum train will take it to Aurora to help the Ontario town celebrate the 100th anniversary of the arrival of the first train. A speed of a mile a minute was not unknown a century ago, though some travelers, whirling along at the frightful velocity of 20 miles an hour, expected instant death. Some of the ladies had a feeling of being run away with, and they liked that. Among the simple rules for the first trains that made this run was one reading, "When two trains meet between stations, the one nearest the station must back up." As the museum train nears Aurora, the crowds await its arrival with eager anticipation. Here she comes.